This video brought to you by my YouTube members and patrons. Thank you guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to a different video, a slightly more serious video, I guess, and a video that I didn't really want to make, but I kind of have to. It's also pretty much the only time you'll ever see me script a video. I have, in fact, written out a script for this video because I don't trust myself to remember everything that I need to say. So let's get into it. So basically, the news is that I can't keep doing YouTube full time. Mine and Leo's situation means that it's not something I can afford to keep doing. I will talk in more detail about the situation and about the circumstances that have led us here a little bit later in the video, but to start with, basically I'm looking for alternate work, and when I find something I will have to roll back the content schedule that I'm currently making, as I won't be able to do it full time. My channel has grown a lot since going full time, and I am super appreciative of that. It genuinely means so much to me. All of you who watch my videos, comment, and people that support the channel, you're all amazing, and it means the world to me that people watch my content and even want to watch my content. And for now, until I find a job, nothing changes. I'm going to keep making content full time until I can't anymore, essentially. So until I have a position that I will have to be doing instead, I will continue making YouTube videos full time. I also want to say that when I find a position, I won't be completely stopping content. I will still be doing a public and a patron video every single week, hopefully, as long as I am able to do that and it is possible to do that. I don't want my channel to get to the point that it was at before I started doing YouTube full time, because my channel was kind of dying. I was uploading one video a week and my channel was not growing. It was completely stagnated, and some weeks and some months I was actually losing subscribers, and I don't want it to get to that point again, but that might be unavoidable. If I go back to doing one video a week and my channel starts dying again, there's not a lot I can do about that, because I've got to eat and pay rent, you know? Obviously, this isn't ideal, and I'm not going to stop uploading regardless. Yeah, I don't know where the road's going to take me at this point. So the stuff that's taken me here, like what's happened, you know, what are the circumstances that have led here? It's a little bit of a story. Some of you will probably remember at least a couple of these points over the last like year and a half. But me and Leo moved about a year and a half ago, and right after we moved, the move was following a massive flood. The flood destroyed a load of our belongings, including my PC, which I worked out of. I did all my editing and YouTube and streaming out of that. We did a fundraiser, and that helped raise a good amount of money to replace some of our belongings. And I want to thank everybody that contributed to that, because that helped us a lot. You know, that helped us a real amount after everything that happened. But then a couple of months after the move, my employer told me that they couldn't afford to pay me for the last month, and then dropped me, which effectively meant that they took a month's pay away from me. They gave me no notice and then left me jobless, which wasn't great. A few months later, I managed to get a job at the aquarium that Leo worked for, and then after about 7 to 8 months, they told me that they couldn't keep me on as the funding request they put for my position was rejected, and so my position was going to be gotten rid of. Great, you know? And then, you know, immediately after that, I did manage to get another job. I was working for a diving company doing video and marketing work. I worked for them for about a month before they told me they couldn't afford to keep me on. They offered me 1/3 of the minimum wage that I was entitled to. Yeah, they offered me £400 when I was entitled to around £1,200 for the month's work I did. And they haven't even paid me that. I am currently fighting with HMRC to get me my money, and the employer is claiming that they've had no employees in the last 2 years. Yikes. So, I mean, it's a good job I have evidence that I worked for them. Like, I have real evidence, so that's good. But man, is that also just not great. So basically, to summarize, me and Leo had a load of our belongings destroyed in a flood, and then on 2 separate occasions, I had an employer not pay me for a month's worth of work. So immediately after that, I went full-time with YouTube. That was the point that I went full-time, because it was something I already wanted to do and had been considering doing. And at the very least, you know, the boost in ad revenue from doing extra videos would cover just a little bit of the losses from the fact that I wasn't doing any work. Not, you know, all of it by any means, but a little bit. And at the same time, Leo was currently being interviewed for another job in another city, so there wasn't any point me looking for work until we knew whether we were moving again. So I went full-time on YouTube because that was something that I could fill the time with and be productive with. Me and Leo then moved again, so we now live here, you know, only a couple months ago, because he got the job, and that's great. The job pays him way more, and he is definitely happier, and like, we love this city so much. However, rent is like nearly double the cost. That's a lot of money, and I can't afford it. We can't afford it on just Leo's wages and on, you know, the money that I'm earning through YouTube. We can't afford it on that, basically. And unfortunately, on top of that, time is running out, in that with me not earning, we are spending Leo's savings on rent at the moment. And 6 months after moving in, which is going to be around 4 months from now, we basically get wage checked. So our landlords and the letting agents will be checking that we're earning enough, and if they deem that we aren't earning enough, they can kick us out of the apartment. So safe to say I need to be earning enough by then, and there is little to no guarantee that YouTube will get to that point in time. All of that to say, YouTube is my dream job, right? YouTube is my dream job and my passion, but right now I can't live off of it. And when I get a job, I will have to roll back on content until I'm in a position that I can safely do YouTube full time again, which could very well be never. That might never happen. It could happen. I don't know. I have no clue. I have no guarantee of anything, which is the scary part of YouTube, and is, you know, the main reason I need to have other work on the side, because I've got to eat. I've got to pay rent. We can't really be homeless. We've got pets to feed, you know? We have responsibilities. And as much as I would love to just keep doing YouTube full time until I can make it, until it works out, that's not going to be possible, which really sucks. Honestly, it sucks, but I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to. Like, that's not going to stop. Nothing possibly could stop me making more videos unless, like, our house burnt down. Like, which, you know, I don't want to tempt fate by saying that. We've already had a flood. If our house burns down, then what's left? Like, a hurricane and an earthquake? We've got to cover all of the elements, right? Yeah. But I want to say thank you to everybody that has supported me this far. I know this isn't what anyone wants to hear in regards to the channel, but realistically speaking, I can't continue doing it the way I'm doing it. If I have to get a job, I won't be able to do YouTube full time. For those who want to support me more, and for those who do support me more, YouTube members and patrons help a huge amount and mean a huge amount to me. And honestly, genuinely, that means so much to me, but it's not the only way you can help. Watching all of my videos, turning off ad block, sharing them with friends, commenting, you know, those kinds of things help me a lot. They support me a lot. And basically, for this channel to work, the channel needs to grow and it needs more reach. And that's not something I can just do on my own. You know, reaching a wider audience doesn't just come from me making videos, you know. Ultimately, a huge amount of that comes down to luck. People have to see the videos, and if YouTube doesn't show people the videos, or those videos aren't spreading, that doesn't happen. A substantial amount of luck is required, and so far, that luck, it hasn't happened to the extent that I can live off of YouTube, right? I do hope that the community that I have been able to create continues to grow, and I genuinely love the community that we do have. You guys are amazing. The comments I get, the humor that people have, just the extra points, the things that I never would have even thought about talking about in my videos, the discussions down in the comments. I love all of it. I love seeing you guys comment on my videos. I love knowing that people watch my videos. That means a huge amount to me, and I really do wish that was enough for me to keep doing YouTube full time, because, you know, for me, that is enough. The community I've already gotten is enough. If I could live off of that, I would. I don't need more for me, you know? If I could live off of it, I would, but that's not how money works. That's not how rent works. So yeah, but genuinely, like, thank you to everybody that is there. I haven't found anything for now, so, you know, I'm gonna keep up with my current schedule until I do, and I will keep you guys updated on that. I'm not just gonna suddenly stop uploading 5 videos a week. Like, I will keep you guys updated on whether I am, you know, in the process of starting a job or have found one or whatever. And I want to really emphasize the point that I'm not going to stop uploading, right? Even once I find another job, I will be at the very least uploading a public and a member video every week for as long as I can maintain that, and I will work really hard to maintain that. Eventually, I might have to cut that down if it just isn't sustainable, but I will do my best to maintain that as much as I can. But yeah, that's the situation. So thank you for listening to me ramble on for a bit, and thank you so much to my YouTube members and patrons that do support the channel. It means so much. All of your names are on screen right now. You get an extra video every week for as low as £1 a month, which is about 25p per video. So if that is something that interests you, please do consider supporting the channel. You get access to the full backlog of videos as well. I now wrote in my script blah 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 unscripted outro, so that's where it falls apart. Thank you for watching, everybody. I didn't want to make this video. I didn't want, bad news, but that's the situation. I want to keep doing YouTube. I really do. And I want to keep doing YouTube full time because this is something I'm really passionate about, and I really enjoy making the videos for you, but it is not something I can afford at the moment. So I'm going to have to get another job. But yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody. More fun videos for the rest of the week. A little less sad. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.